Hey, yo, guys, how's it going? Tally here, and today I'm sitting down with the absolute legend himself, David, and he is going to go through his recent Topping Locals deck profile of Dogmatika Invoked Shaddoll. Dude, I won't talk much more, take it away.
Thanks, Tally. So, basically, I just came third playing Dogmatika Invoked Shaddoll. I think it's one of the better placed decks at the moment. Has a good matchup against most of the decks. So, yeah, I'll just get into it. So, I'm running 3 normal summon Alistair, obviously. It's the best card in the deck. Shaddoll lineup. I'm playing the 2 Windy, 1 Squamada, 1 Dragon, 1 Aerial, and then the 1 Beast. So I'm kind of like cheaping out on the Shaddoll lineup because you would normally, I think theoretically it's fine to play the 1 Hedgehog for like the grindier games, but I just personally I don't really think I need it, so I don't really play it. Like the interaction with this card and being able to just get stuff from the banish pile, I think is completely fine and sets up your long-term grinds, which I think is fine. Then for the Dogmatika stuff, we're just running this and the Ecclesia. Like, this is fine, this is like bog standard, unless you're playing like a heavier Dogmatika package, obviously, but yeah, I think these are fine with what they're at. And then hand traps, we're running the 3 Droll, because this card just completely shuts off people's turns. Like, some people just can't play through it, and that's like fine, so I'm just playing the 3 of that. The 3 Bell, because this card is actually crazy this format. I don't really have much to say about this. Everyone knows what it does. This card is just nuts. It shuts off so much in the format, and yeah, it's just an amazing card. I'm only playing the 2 Ash, so my reasoning for this is Droll is just better than Ash right now. This is only just a once per turn stop search or stop summon from like the deck or something. It doesn't stop turns where this does, and I think this card's just better than it at the moment. Like maybe if the format was more dependent on like 1 normal summon, but it's 2021, that's just not going to be the way it is. And then I like personally the 3 Phantasmi. I think right now with Striker running around and people not letting that deck die or let Salad die. I hate Salad. I have a personal vengeance against the deck. Every YCS I go to, I get beat by Salad round 1. This card's just amazing with rogue decks like Dragon Link, DK Fire, some other stuff kicking about. I think this card's just amazing. I like it.
Yeah, and then there's like Tri Brigade as well, which sets up like 2 free link monsters. You're just plussing like nuts off that.
I actually destroyed the Tri Brigade player because I had this card. Round 3, it was just a clean 2-0. And I just played this, and then he was like scared to do anything else because I had already ashed him, I think, and then I had like Veilered him. Not Veilered, I had rolled him. And my opening hand was like this. It was this Alistair, Droll, and Ecclesia.
That's
and it was just
disgusting.
He just couldn't play through it. Like the deck's just like that, you know. It just has those hands that you just cannot beat through. And that's it for the monster lineups. And then for the spells, we have the card that arguably should be banned, maybe limited, the Dear Servant. Card's crazy. Like, it sets up double pops with that and the Entis, and it can also search. You can also search this off of it if you want to, like, I don't know, like if a rare circumstance comes up where you want to get this, but you also want to search punishment off of this, you can just send Titaniclad and get this into it. Which is really, really cool. But yeah, this card's insane. Probably one of the best cards in the deck and could arguably be banned. But yeah, I hope it doesn't get banned. I spent too much money on this deck. Please don't ban it. Please, Konami.
Give him a few months, just let him play with his toys.
Yeah, I only picked this deck up recently, so please be nice to me. Just reprint it, don't ban it, it's fine. If it gets reprinted, it's okay. And then 3 Meltdown, this card is amazing. It's so good, it stops them from being able to like bell your inbox and stuff like that. The only thing that they can do, which is a little bit annoying, is if you Shaddoll Fusion, they can Ash. It doesn't negate the activation. All it does is just stop you from searching, which is a little bit annoying. But at the end of the day, this card is cracked, and it should not be in the format, in my opinion. You're just running 3 cards. You're just running 3 Alistairs, effectively. This card also is like a complete bait. Like, if you ash this card, never ash it. It's just a bait, like, most of the time.
And like, let's be honest, it doesn't matter what you ash. If you ash the Meltdown, they had the Alistair. If you ash the Alistair, you've already got the Invocation. Yeah,
exactly. We're Invoked players. If you're a good Invoked player, you just draw the stuff you need anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
3 Shaddoll Fusion, of course. That's crazy. It's annoying when it gets ashed though, but it is what it is. If they ash this, then you just Alistair them. And if they ash Alistair, you just do this to them, so it's completely fine.
Yeah.
I do like 3, obviously. I don't think you want to cut it to anything lower. The 2 Invocations, if you're on this card at 3, I think it's not good at 3 personally. I think 2 is the perfect ratio for it. If you run it at 1, it's just bad. If you run it at 2, it's golden. So I think this is the best ratio to run it at. Obviously, if we go to recycle itself, there's no real reason for 3. If you run it at 3, it's just too quality, I think, personally.
Yeah.
The only main thing I can see maybe running at 3 for is so you can get like more consistent negates with Mecha Buff for spell cards, but I don't think that's a good enough reason to run it at 3.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then for the one-offs, Terraforming, which is just another Alistair, so you're running 7 Alistairs technically. Called by the Grave. 1 the Shaddoll Fusion, El Shaddoll Fusion, sorry. Some people don't run El Shaddoll Fusion. I think it's amazing in the mirror. Like, you can just absolutely destroy the mirror with this card. And it's also just really good against random decks. Like, if you don't somehow get the Schism, which is really hard in this deck, like, you can just make a window on their turn. And like, if they go like add Special Summon F from hand, you're like, chain to this, make window, the turn's over. Unless you have droplets, but the turn's over most of the time. 1 Foolish, obviously it just sends anything, triggers your cards.
Yeah.
Harpy's Feather Duster. This card's amazing. I don't know why it's not banned. Like, it's really silly the fact this is back. Yeah, I think that card shouldn't be back. And then for traps, I'm running a little bit a heavier trap side. I'm running 3 traps instead of 2. So I play the 1 Resh. Like, I think the interaction with Aerial is too good. But just like banish any of your Shaddolls, like any of the ones that you need, and then just bring them back. Like, it's really good with Schism in the long game, and it's also really good to just get the combo with this and Construct. And what's it called? I think it's the Link 1. Yeah, Gravity Controller. It's just really good. Yeah, I just think this card's really underrated, and also it oddly comes up sometimes when you draw it, and you can just special summon from grave. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, the 1 Schism, this card's nuts. Sends things, brings back stuff. Like, the amount of games you just win because you just make a Shaddoll window and send something from their board is insane. And then the Dogmatika Punishment, obviously, card's broken. This whole deck's broken. This whole deck's just a thing. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane that flip cards in 2021 are like actually as good as they are. But yeah, that's it for the main board. Oddly, it's kind of came up where I wish I wasn't playing sometimes like the Phantasmes, and I was playing like, I don't know, 2-Bell maybe, so I could play the Gamma package, because I used to play the Gamma package in this deck, but I just seen Driver way too much, and we don't like the brick, obviously. We don't want to have the old Garnet in hand.
Yeah.
But I do think this is just a little bit better for the current meta. I don't know, I could be completely wrong and I'm just talking at my ass, but I do think this is a little bit better. It can be a little bit annoying when like you've already sent stuff though for to try and make Construct, but normally you have Schism, so you can just banish from the graveyard or field. So
yeah,
it's fine. It rarely ever comes up, and if it does come up, you're probably not in a good position if it really does matter.
Fair.
But yeah, because with you'll see with my extra deck why it's a little bit better, I guess. So for the extra deck, I'm running the 2 Mechaba. So most people with this deck only run the 1 Mechaba, but I do like it at 2 because I feel in the grindier games it is a little bit better because you're able to like have that just negate. It's only a once per turn negate though, which is kind of bad, but it negates and banishes, so it's like arguably really good. Yeah. And because I'm not running the Gamma package, it's another light for Construct. So that's the reason why I like it. at 2. And then I'm running, for the rest of them, I'm running the Raijin, Purgatrio, and then the Agriades, or however you say this. This thing is impossible to say. This is just a Pokemon on either turn. Like, it just stops normal summon, stops Link, stops everything. Card's actually really underrated, I feel. I feel like this card's really good. Not a lot of people give it props, in my opinion. The Purgatrio, obviously, it just pushes for game. This deck can't play Borrow Sword or Access Code, so this is just insane. If you're able to pitch Alistair to give it an incredible amount of attack on top of what it already has when they have like a stacked board, it's insane. And then this is like one of the best cards to out Dragoon, because you just pop something on their board, banish a fusion that's in your graveyard, and then against attack and just beat over Dragoon. So it's came up a couple times where I've done that, and when they just go like you play against like Dragoon deck, and they just Dragoon you turn 1, and then they have like a negate plus Dragoon and something, it's like really annoying to play through. So this is just a really good way to beat Dragoon. And plus with when you're on like the Grindeer game, if you like, let's say you aren't able to make a fusion with Nadir's Servant because you're sent something to the grave, and if you don't activate your punishment, you can just make this next turn, which is really, really cool. Oddly, like I used to think the card was bad until I started playing the deck properly. And I realized this card's actually really good. It's probably one of the better fusions you have in your deck when it comes to the Invoke stuff. But for the Shaddoll stuff, you have the 2 window. Like, this card shouldn't be banned. I think this card is really good, but I see this card more as a format checker rather than something that should be banned personally. I don't really have much to say about this. It just stops random road decks that shouldn't be in the format, and it makes decks that like are clearly broken be checked, and that's why I think this card shouldn't be limited or shouldn't be banned.
Fair.
It's just a good card. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. I obviously I have some opinions because I play the deck, but I do think that this card shouldn't be touched. I think it's perfectly fine.
Fair.
Plus, if Mystic Mind's in the format, let me have my window. And then the 2 App Cologne. This card's just good. It's just a negate for permanently on something. I made this like once against. One time I was playing like Schism, and my opponent's like activate. What's it called? The one that just negates spells and you pay 7. That annoying card. So he's like, "Oh yeah, this is game," and then like laughs at me, and I'm like, "Sure, make this negate that card." And he wasn't very pleased. This card's good. Obviously, you send it off Nadir. It's an instant access to Schism. Yeah, this card's good. It's pretty solid. Also, you can like sometimes save yourself with Aerial by like bringing this back when they attack into like Aerial or something. You just bring this back, and it's something that can't be beat over. So it's a pretty good card. And then your 2 constructs, it just outs things. The fact that this card's at 3 is like crazy. Remember when this card was like insane? It just sends stuff. Like, you can do some like really cool combos with this, but I don't play the cross sheep engine. I don't really like it personally. Just not really found a need for it per se, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then for the 2 targets, off of punishment, you have the 1 pop and then the search for Entis, I think it's called. Oh no, this is Entis, the Prelzique or whatever, something like that. The Dogmatika card, I don't know its name. I don't need to know its name. I just normal summon Ecclesia and smile. But I don't really need to say much. This is just a really good card. I actually used to think this card was awful. I didn't think you needed this card at all. And then one of my friends like said I'm being stupid and I should play this. And so I do play it, and I don't regret playing it now. It's really, really good. But yeah, that's it for the, I don't know, it's the fusions. Now we have the 1 Moon Maiden. This is just an instant Mechaba. Card's insane. That's basically it. It's just an instant Mechaba. And then the 1 Gravity Controller. For a Link 1, this thing's actually busted. Like, this card's pretty good for a Link 1. And then for the sideboards, going into the sideboard, it makes it actually a lot easier to make Construct, because we play the 3 Nibiru. The card's amazing, obviously. It just stops certain decks, like a deck that you like to play, Tally.
It's just all of them, just every deck that I like to play.
Yeah, just every deck. You know, like it especially likes to stop heroes. You know,
do you know?
Heroes.
I've heard that Hero's best card is the Nibiru token.
And then Triple Lancia, Fire Brigade is around, and you need to beat it. And it's good against some other stuff in the format too. Like, there's some people still trying to play Thunder Dragons, which this stops. We wouldn't change this. This is like locked into the side. I
think since like 2018, that card has been in the side deck or the main deck for just about every format. I think that says a lot.
To move on from that though, we have the 2 Veiler. I was running on the main, but I don't really like it in the main. I don't think there's enough room. Maybe I'd take out some of my like random one-offs. Maybe I'd take out a Terraforming, call me crazy. But you already run 6 Alistairs, so effectively you're only adding like a couple percentage points, maybe 5 at most, to get an Alistair. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think this card's good, but I don't know if I'd take it out. I don't know if I'd move into main. And then you need to play this card. Cosmic Cyclone is too good. If someone goes in pure order, you just kill it instantly. Just be gone. That and Mystic Mine. I have a running hatred for that card. That was it for the spells. So for the traps, we have the 3 Evenlies. A lot of people don't like Evenly right now. I think it's amazing. Being able to just out boards that like you normally can't out, it just breaks boards, obviously, that's what it is. And because it banishes face down, it's kind of relevant for certain stuff, like Fire Brigade. I think their trap doesn't let them get stuff from face down. I've not had an instance where it does. The only thing it's a little bit annoying against, and I probably wouldn't play it against them, is Virtual World, because they can get stuff from face down banish. But Virtual World's a bad deck, it dies to 1 hand trap. And then the 1 red reboot. You need the reboot. Like, I really like it. It's really good to just when they like if they're gonna solemn you or something, or you can or they like against Salamangrates when they go to like roar you, or Tri Brigade when they go to use their trap, you can just stop the trap. It can be belled and stuff like that, but this is like really good against it, obviously, and you get to set a Schism, so why wouldn't you like it? Pretty sure it lets you set a Schism. I don't know. I don't read my cards. I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player. But yeah, like I think the deck's really solid. It's probably one of the better decks in the meta currently. I'm obviously gonna be a bit biased and say it's the best deck, but I don't know. Truly, I don't know if it's the best deck. With the correct pilot, I think it could potentially be the best deck. But that's just me. Personally, I think it could be, and I do think it's going to be one of the decks that may be on the chopping block for an expand list. I don't think anything will get like actually banned out of it. I just think certain cards might get limited. Like, I have a feeling that this is going to get limited. Demir, I was going to say Demir there. Sorry, I play a lot of Magic. Nadir Servant might get limited, or this might get limited. The Meltdown, that, or this will get limited. The Windy. The window, sorry. But I don't think that like any of them should actually get limited or banned. I don't think that this deck is the problem deck. I feel like this deck is the checker for the problem decks. Yeah. So I genuinely think that, yeah, honestly, I think like if there's a deck that you're looking to play to beat the meta, this is it. Flip monsters in 2021 are insane. Can't confirm.
Flip monsters and normal summon Alistair. Well, dude, thank you. I appreciate you doing that for us. Let's take it to the outro. So, as always, if you like it, give it a like. If you love it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. As always, you have been amazing. I have been Tally. That has been the one and only David. I'll catch you all later. Bye.